What is happening, investors? It is your boy Jack. I am not a financial advisor, and today we're going to be taking a look at what is going on with Chinese EV sales, because quite a lot happened over the last few days that I haven't yet covered on the channel, and I want to speak about it. So today we're going to be taking a look at what's going on in the broader picture over in China in regards to these EVs. We're going to be taking a look at Nio and Tesla. We'll take a look at their stock charts, see what has been happening trend-wise in comparison to some of the broader markets. We're also going to take a quick look at Li Auto and Xpeng as well, because a couple of interesting things came out just today before the market has even opened that I would like to share with you guys. Alright, before we do that, could I please ask you to hit that juicy like button, drop me a comment down below, and subscribe if you're new around here and want more EV content, only if you get value out of this video. And with that being said, let's just get straight into the information. Maybe it's a Monday, you guys are probably all busy, so let's do it. So, the CPCA expects China NEV retail sales to rise 74% in September. So, I mean, obviously a fantastic number. We've seen this boost Chinese EV-related companies over the last couple of months. I remember going through the one last month and numbers were similar. They were very good yet again. But anyway, China's new energy vehicle retail sales are projected to be a record 580,000 units in September, up 73.7% year over year, and up 9.6% sequentially. CNEV Post reported citing latest estimates from the China Passenger Car Association. So, I mean, fantastic numbers. And again, for anybody who is invested in Tesla, who's invested in Nios, Li Auto, BYD, Xpeng, these are things that you're generally going to want to see. Retail passenger car sales for the month likely increased 23.3% to about 1.95 million units, representing a record 29.7% NEV retail penetration rate in September. Fantastic. I mean, you can't really ask for much more. The trends are going in the right direction. The trends are going where investors want to see them going. You can see here's the estimate as we see for 2022, and it is looking juicy compared to where it was a year ago, and even quarter over quarter, this growth is nice. So that's just a generally good thing to hear for, again, anybody invested in the EV market in China. Now, we want to speak about Nio briefly, because that's potentially, one that the most people would want to hear about. Beijing steps in. So we're just going to speak about a few things here. In the last month, Beijing started to give signs to markets that it has the Chinese economy under control. In addition to announcing another massive stimulus package to spur economic growth, the Chinese regulator has also reached an audit deal with its American counterpart in order to avoid the delisting of Chinese shares from the American exchanges, while at the same time, CCP's Premier Li said that the state would keep favorable EV policies. So, there's always been this fear surrounding investing in any Chinese-owned company when it comes to delisting, and we're going to speak about why that just became much less of a concern for Nio investors in particular. It all comes down to audits, essentially, and some agreements between China and America. In late August, the regulators from the US and China reached an audit deal, which allows the American side to fully inspect the books of Chinese-based firms that trade on American exchanges after years of preventing them from doing so. So that's huge. The SEC has already given the green light for PCAOB inspectors to go overseas and conduct an audit. And if it's successful, then it will prevent the delisting of the stock of companies such as Nio from the US exchanges. So again, this is going to take a lot of weight off a lot of investors' shoulders, not having to worry about that delisting happening whatsoever. Now, more reasons to be optimistic in regards to Nio right now. In late August, Beijing announced a $146 billion stimulus package to revive the economy after the COVID-19 lockdowns that occurred earlier this year hurt the private sector. In addition, the country's central bank has been trimming interest rates in recent months, while the overall economy has showed signs of improvement after the industrial output and retail sales increased in August. So again, not just good for Nio, but good for all Chinese EV stocks. The EV sector managed to weather the latest slowdown with relative ease. Since in August, a record 632,000 electric vehicles were sold in China, up 12% quarter over quarter. This is mostly because Beijing for years has been supporting its automakers. And again, guys, if you were around 2020, we saw this with Nio. Some people might not even know how close Nio were to bankruptcy, how close they were to not being a company anymore. The Chinese government helped them out a lot. But not only that, they also do have great incentives in general, especially for those who are developing electric vehicles by providing subsidies and all the necessary support in order to make China a world manufacturing power in different heavy industries in the following years. And yeah, anybody who was around a couple of years ago will remember this. It was so important to Nio's success. The government really was. Now, we'll take a quick look at Nio stock chart, just so you can see what's going on. And it's going to be similar to a lot of stock charts right now. EV and others. I mean, here's Tesla up, consolidation down. Nio has had their little up. We've been consolidating for quite a while. Chargepoint's on their big down after their big up. We see Mullen finally had a little bit of upward move. But if we even look at some of the bigger companies, okay, we look at, where are we? We look at some of our Googles, you'll see general downtrends. We look at our Microsoft's general downtrends. They're not performing particularly badly. They're able to stay within their general trade and ranges. They have not yet broken that area of support that they had set out, but they were not able to break through their area of resistance either. So they're kind of in that purgatory. They're in that trade and range. I mean, this is still a large range. There's a lot of money to be made trading these guys. But keep your eyes peeled if you are wanting to add to Nio for your long-term positions. Things are going decently for them. Maybe wait for the next earnings report to get some extra updates. So on Friday, we have this. Tesla will be holding its long-awaited AI Day event in Palo, California. I know this isn't directly correlated with pure Chinese EV news, but I mean, Tesla do a lot of their business out of there. The buzz is that Elon Musk and his team will have an operational Optimus prototype to show off that could reset expectations on the value of a Tesla bot business and highlight that the awesome-based company is a tech player as much as an automaker. Analysts think creating a working prototype will move the company up a few notches if a production date for the first version of Tesla bot is seen as being closer. Earlier in the summer, Elon Musk said that AI Day 2 number 2 will be epic. So guys, there is a lot of hype surrounding this event. It's hard to know just how impactful it's going to be on Tesla and on the broader EV market, and potentially just on broader markets in general. Tesla can have that kind of sway, but keep it in your calendars. Keep your eyes peeled. I, of course, will do my best to cover it in one of my videos, but I mean, that's not going to be till the weekend. I'm sure there's going to be a trillion videos about it on YouTube, though you'll be able to find them. And with regards to Tesla's chart, again, a similar thing to what we're seeing with a lot of EV. They had a nice upward move. We've had a downward move. They broke out, went on a nice move, let's say from 270 all the way up to 314. And now they're coming right back to where that was. And that just so happens to be pretty much bouncing off of this uptrend. So we really, really would like to see a green day here for Tesla today. We really would like to see them be able to continue this uptrend. Because if they break down above it again, the likelihood of a continued downtrend isn't going to be the best in the world for us. So that's Tesla right now. It could be a shaky week, but if Friday goes well, I expect some juicy upward moves here. I bet the implied volatility is going to go crazy on these guys towards the end of the week, but we're just going to have to wait and see. So Li Auto updates third quarter delivery outlook. The company now expects to deliver approximately 25,500 vehicles for the third quarter, revised from the previous vehicle delivery outlook of between 27 and 29,000 units. The revision is a direct consequence of the supply chain constraints, while the underlying demand for the company's vehicles remains robust. So this is something similar that we have seen with numerous EV companies, most recently being Lucid, whose cut was far more severe than this one. It still more than likely will affect the company. People don't like seeing this in their stocks right now whatsoever. Pre-market, they're down, but only a very small bit. But look, Li Auto has not been performing well at all over the last couple of months. You'll see from recent highs of $41, they're currently all the way down at $24. There is an extraordinarily clear downtrend, and I want you guys to remember this is the daily chart. We're not just looking at hourly charts here. Each one of these candles is a full day. There hasn't been any strength here for a while, so news like this is not going to be the kind of news that turns the company around and brings them into an upward trend. Volume has not been high considering, you know, its historical averages. So I don't expect this to make anything crazy happen. I just expect the downward trend to continue. And then we see Xpeng CEO boost his stake in the company after the shares have plunged more than 70% this year. Now, Xpeng just looks very not nice. Again, look at that yearly chart. This purple here is Xpeng's percentages moves. I mean, you can see it was up 50% at one stage and now it's down 60%. Now, to be fair, everyone's doing poorly. Tesla's up 6.2% in the year. We have Li Auto up 4%. Nio is down 50%. If we go to, say, a 3-year chart, it looks a lot different. You'll see Nio and Tesla have considerably outperformed everybody here. But to see Xpeng's, you know, CEO boosting his stake in the company after they've gone down so much is a thing that investors in Xpeng are going to like. It's a thing that long-term investors are going to like. People always like seeing insiders and executive C-suites especially purchasing shares in their own companies, especially when they are beaten up, as opposed to selling them. So, I mean, yeah, we'll see here. Shares continue to show losses this year. Chairman and CEO of Xpeng increased his stake in the company with a $30 million purchase. He purchased a total of 2.2 million American depository shares of the EV maker in the open market on September 23rd at an average price of $13.58. So again, company is showing weakness. There is not much investor confidence, and the CEO himself is picking up shares. It's worth keeping an eye on. You know, it's not one that I really follow all that much, in all honesty, my friends. But seeing something like that would make it worthwhile. Maybe something is going to happen in the next quarterly report. Maybe he knows something that we don't. and maybe we will see a little uptick in price. But guys, that is the primary news to be aware of going into this week when it does come to EV stocks in the Chinese sectors. Things are looking good. Obviously, I'm going to have another video very soon for you guys covering some of our other EV companies. I know a lot of people are looking for the Lucid, Mullins, and chargepoint updates in particular. They will come, don't worry. I know there was a few crazy days last week that I didn't get to cover on the channel just yet. I will get those videos out soon, baby, I promise. But look, my friend, if you watched this video all the way till the end, could I please ask you to hit that juicy like button, drop me a comment down below, and subscribe if you're new around here, because again, all of that helps me out so much with the YouTube algorithm. I really would appreciate you. Anyway, guys, I hope you all have a beautiful, blessed day. I'll see you in another video very soon. Peace.